Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of StampWithNellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. And if you watched yesterday's video, you will have seen this card that replicates the one that my Stampin' Up team manager Valerie Broomfield created for our February in-person classes. And I promised that today I would share with you a tutorial for my project for the February classes, and it is this cute little squat milk carton style box. Okay, so in my pack they got the instructions that also have some photographs, and I will link that PDF to my blog post, and there'll be a link in the description for this video to that same blog post. Okay, so we've got real red card measuring 8 1/4 by 5 inches, and I had already done most of the scoring for them, but there is a partial score line just to that first horizontal one there, and they had to put in some diagonal score lines. So I'm just going to do that. As I say, all of these measurements, all the score lines will be in that free PDF for you to download from my website, stampwithnellie.com. So there's 2 panels like that, and those are the side panels there. Okay, and okay, so for those of you who have received this pack in the mail, you will need a ruler as well as your normal bone folder for burnishing these score lines. Okay, so just 2 of those. So that one goes that way, as does that one. But this one comes back the way. Okay, so that it's going back on itself for that bit there. Okay, so we've got all of our score lines done. You don't need to try and do those ones. As long as you've got these ones scored, when it comes to it, those should just go. Okay, I'll show you that anyway. So I've kind of done that one, but that one hasn't gone yet. So I have forgotten to trim these down because when I did my packs, I did them square and they're not supposed to be square. So I'm just going to have to trim these down. Give me a sec. Okay, so I had incorrectly cut these at 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. In my instruction, it correctly says 1 3/8 by 1 7/8. But clearly I ignored that when I was prepping them. And I did all of the packs for the class and the ones in the post wrong. So just fixed that. Okay, so we have 4 of those, and this is the Most Adored Sale-A-Bration Designer Series paper, because for this month's class we were concentrating on Sale-A-Bration products, because Sale-A-Bration's just about to finish. I wanted to get my use out of them as much as anything else. Right, so that just fits very neatly in there. Okay, so we have 4 pieces this size, and then I've got 2 pieces that are smaller. And obviously you could use the hearts on the side. I wanted the gold shimmer. So some of the ladies in the class did use the opposite side of the paper. And that's what double-sided paper is fabulous for. If you don't like one side, chances are you're going to like the other side. Okay, and then we have two smaller pieces. And they go on the panels at the top there that have not got the diagonal score lines there. And again, you could mix and match that. So you could put the opposite side at the top there. You do you, as they like to say. Do whatever makes you happy. And for me, that's crafting. Paper crafting. I don't really do any other crafts. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of cutting. Okay. We're going to cut right up that score line to there. And do that all the way along. And then that final one at the end there can actually take a little more than that rectangle out, rather little wedge there as well, and I'll just take a tiny little bit off the top there. Okay, so the ones that have got the diagonal score lines, so those are our sides, so we can take a little bit extra off those just to reduce the bulk when we fold it all up and form the base. Okay. Just a little bit off that bulk taken out of there. Love it that that's all the waste there is. Okay, so you can actually get two of these from a sheet of A4 because I've gone with a tiny little tab at the side there. Okay, so a little bit of glue there, not too much because you don't want it squeezing out, but it does need to have enough to grab all the way along that tab. Okay, so I've not got enough in. Didn't get it right to that end of that tab there. Have now. Go. Right, so where we've joined it, that is going to be the back there. Okay, fold the back forward, and then you can put a little bit of glue on each of those side tabs just to hold them. And then you want to put plenty glue on the remaining one. That's going to fold round and complete the base. Okay, so that looks nice and neat that way. This is our front. We've got a nice neat front there, and our wedged tabs have been sandwiched in there, so that is nice and neat inside too. Okay, as I say, just a little bit of persuasion and it goes down like that. So we gave everyone some chocolate hearts to put in their boxes. Chocolate hearts are not just for Valentine's. You can give chocolate hearts anytime. That would make a nice little Mother's Day gift. Half a dozen of them chucked in there. Done. Now in my one, I used a hole punch, and I used my crocodile because it needs to go through 4 layers of card there, or is it more than that? Yeah, 4 layers of card, and then used some real red ribbon to complete that closure. I gave everyone the choice at our in-person card of class whether they wanted to use one of these retired library clips, and they all did. They're all a bunch of chickens who didn't want to tie a ribbon. So I'm going to do the same as my original one. I'm going to get my crocodile out of this box if I can. Okay. Now it can be helpful to have a little clip in place. So I use the larger hole, and this little guide here will stop you putting it too far in. And I just squeeze. That's quite close to the top. I obviously did it the other way around before. I must have done it that way. Yeah, I did. Slightly lower. Don't matter. We've got holes and we have ribbon. So this ribbon comes in a pack with some burlap ribbon. Where's my front? That's my front there. So ribbon through there, back through here. We always have such a laugh at our in-person classes. And we used to do them at Kelso, but during the winter we've suspended that, just why we send them the class in the post instead. But it's not so much fun. I mean, it's lovely that people are still able to craft along with us in some way, but it's always such a hoot. So hopefully we can get back to that once the clocks change. So I've given them a heart that has been punched with the country bouquet, and also we used country bouquet at the in-person. I'm going to change that. I used For You with Love. Does that fit? Yeah, just. Right, so obviously we cannot send stamped images in the class in the mail. So you could write someone's name on there if you don't have a stamp small enough to add a little sentiment, but a For You is a good one. I would say have the tops of your heart parallel and stamp in line with that, because when you put it on the front there, it just fits in nice and neatly like that. Ordinarily you would be able to put, or you could put it at an angle, stamp at an angle, but if you want it straight, that's the way to do it. Okay, so need to find my glue again. I've hidden it under a stamp set. A little bit of glue on the back of this. Pop that in on the front, in the middle, like so, and then I've given you you as in the people that got the class in the mail, a little red heart and a little gold one with a mini dimensional on the back, and also some of these pastel sequins that have gold ones with them that you can add a little bit extra bling on there. So I'm going to go one there, put one there, and I'll put one up here like so, and there we go. Nice, quick and easy, especially when all the prep's done in your kit. But cute little gift box for some little chocolates. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to click on that subscribe button and click the bell to get notification the next time I upload a tutorial. Please do remember that there's a free PDF of the instructions and measurements in the blog post that accompanies today's video.